Welcome and thank you for joining us here on UCTV News. I'm Eliza Canner.
And I'm Hector Molina.
Our motto at UConn is Students Today, Huskies Forever. But according to a new study, students here at the University of Connecticut are not students as long as the majority of college students across the nation. The study from UConn Communications found that students at UConn are earning their bachelor degrees quicker than students nationwide, graduating in an average of 4.2 years, which is almost a full year ahead of the average bachelor's degree candidate at more than 3,600 post-secondary institutions. Sally Rees, UConn's Vice Provost for Academic Affairs, credits programs offered here, including first-year experience courses, learning communities, and other community-building organizations, and strong course availability, including in summer and winter sessions. Many students also arrive at UConn with credits from advanced placement courses or some of UConn's many early college experience classes, which are taught in Connecticut high schools and contain college-level material.
A small group of patients and their families has raised millions of dollars to help move a pediatric specialist and his medical and research team to Connecticut from Florida. The group, primarily from West Hartford, helped finance Dr. David Weinstein's move, drawn by his prominence and the work he has done with their children in the area of a rare genetic disorder known as glycogen storage disease. He will bring his staff of nurses, a dietitian, a researcher, and 2 physicians and establish his own lab. Weinstein's GSD program, currently based at the University of Florida, is the largest clinical and research program of its kind in the world. Pediatric and adult patients living with the rare genetic liver disease travel from across the globe for his team's expert care, a number which totals more than 500 patients from 49 states and 45 countries. Very impressive. He will serve as professor in the Department of Pediatrics at UConn School of Medicine and director of the GSD program, a joint venture of UConn Health and Connecticut Children's Hospital.
And now a story with a happy ending. After the bombings in New York City on Saturday that injured 29 civilians, a worker from a local Starbucks brought coffee and pastries to the New York police officers and other first responders who bravely rushed to the scene. The act of kindness was caught on video, with the worker, identified only by his first name, Jermaine, said he wished he could do more. From everyone here at UCTV News, thank you, Jermaine, for showing kindness and love always trumps hate.
Such a great act of kindness there.
I'd love to hear
Great
things
to see
like that.
Definitely. Now on to some celebrity drama. Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie will no longer be referred to as Bradgelina because Jolie has filed for divorce. Jolie has filed for divorce from Brad Pitt in Los Angeles Superior Court on Monday, citing irreconcilable differences as the grounds for the split. Jolie is seeking full custody of their 6 children and visitation rights for Pitt, but no spousal support. The couple's relationship was subject to criticism by tabloids from the very beginning when Pitt left his wife Jennifer Aniston for Jolie. The couple dated for 10 years and married in 2014 and have both been respected for their films and activism.
On Sunday, the Primetime Emmy Award show aired, celebrating the best actors in primetime television, as well as the diversity of the award recipients. After the Academy Awards received heat from a lineup of all-white award winners, host Jimmy Kimmel and many other presenters and award-winning actors commented on the diversity of actors in television, but also noting there is still a long way to go. The hashtag #EmmySoDiverse was trending on Twitter, giving hope that television and films will one day accurately portray the world and all its people.
Now with news on the heroin epidemic continuing in the state of Connecticut. Norwalk police have arrested a man on heroin charges after conducting a surveillance operation on Monday. Norwalk police said their special services investigators were observing Houghton Hot Daddy Marsh at Ryan Park, where they saw him making a drug deal. Police said Marsh was caught with 16 bags of heroin, as well as loaded with a 9mm pistol with an altered serial number. Marsh, who is a 6-time convicted felon, out on parole, was set on a $100,000 bond and released into custody of Connecticut parole.
Now to campaign 2016. Donald Trump's eldest son is causing an uproar with his latest tweet comparing Syrian refugees to the fruit-flavored Skittles candy. Donald Trump Jr. wrote in his tweet, "If I had a bowl of Skittles and I told you just 3 would kill you, would you take a handful? That's our Syrian refugee problem." BBC News reports there have been no reaction from Donald Trump's campaign, but Hillary Clinton's campaign has commented. Clinton's traveling press secretary tweeted, "Donald Trump Jr.'s post was disgusting." The vice president of corporate affairs for Wrigley America, the company that owns Skittles, responded to the tweet with, "Skittles are candy, refugees are people." Other people are expressing their concerns by tweeting pictures of child refugees. No, it's completely inappropriate that Donald Trump Jr. would compare the two, especially since the refugee issue is such a sensitive topic.
Right, and like that quote there just says it all. You know, Skittles are candy, refugees are people.
Right.
Especially, you know, they mention, you know, pictures of child refugees. That just brings up that topic, or I'm sorry, that picture of Omran, the young boy who was caught in that crossfire.
That went viral.
Yes, definitely. That was definitely one of the most powerful images regarding this topic, and just in general that we've seen lately. And just, you know, for Donald Trump Jr. to put, you know, those two together, Skittles and Syrian refugees.
Completely inappropriate.
Exactly. Well, coming up next, we have our UConn Sports Update with the one and only Grace Gagnon. Stay tuned. Now it's a segment everyone's been waiting for. She watches the game so you don't have to. It's your weekly UConn Sports Update with the one and only Grace Gagnon.
Thanks, Hector. UConn beat Virginia 13-10 on a late field goal during last Saturday's game at Rentschler Field. UConn senior kicker Bobby Puyol had a second game-winning field goal of the season. Puyol hit a 43-yard field goal with 1 minute and 33 seconds left of the game. Puyol was named the American Athletic Conference Special Teams Player of the Week because of his performance on Saturday. Thanks to the win this weekend, UConn improves its record to 2-1 on the season. UConn will go face-to-face against Syracuse this coming weekend at Rentschler Field. However, UConn football isn't the only team bringing home wins. The UConn men's soccer team won 5-1 against Loyola last Saturday at Maroney Stadium. Sophomore forward Abdul Baki Jam scored a pair of goals while redshirt junior midfielder Andrew Garris registered 4 points. After this victory, UConn Huskies are now 4-3-0. Lady Huskies are also bringing home victories. The UConn volleyball team came in strong with a victory in the final non-conference match of the season. UConn held on for a 5-set win over St. John's in the West Point Invitational on Saturday afternoon. And that'll wrap up this week's action. But be sure to check out UC Sports Thursday for even more analysis of the week that was in UConn sports. We'll be back with more UCTV news right after this.
Hey, UConn!
Well, that'll just about do us for here at UCTV News. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at UCTV News and like us on Facebook for constant updates for everything UConn from around campus.
From all of us here at UCTV News, good night.